Well, hey, this is Rosa, rcgkreations. How you doing? I'm bringing to you a video on making your own disinfecting Clorox wipes. Washcloths, basically just disinfect your counters. I like to use, you could use the paper towel method, but to me, I did it, especially when COVID hit a year and a half ago, 2 years ago now. But it was such a messy job. But then I found these at the dollar store, and these are the Brillo Basics Reusable Wipes. And I like these better because number one, it's more of a cloth. So when I'm doing something that's really like scrubbing a lot, like the bottom of the toilet ring or around the toilet seat, I like to use that versus a paper towel. Around your shower, the tub, the shower tub, shower head. And let's get started. Of course, you can use whatever you want to do. It's totally up to you. Paper towels. But I find these to be a lot better. And not only that, but you can, because they're like a cloth material, I think they stand up a little bit better than paper towels. And we only use Bounty. We don't use any other brand because we like the quality of Bounty. Okay? And I'm just going to open this up just so you see. According to the packaging, it says, I'm going to go ahead and give you the basics. They are 9, you get 9 of these cloths that are 11.8 by 19.7 inches. Okay. So, let's just open this up just so you can see what's going on. Okay, and then there's the length of them. Alrighty. Now, to save on time, because the whole reason of doing all this is, number one, you want to save on money, you want to save on time, and things just go a lot better for you that way. Now, I went ahead and I just used my old that I got from Sam's. We got these, there were like 3 of these containers. I forget how much it was because this was many, many years ago. And we got the wipes, so I just used the same container. I don't need to do any more. But this is what I made my first time. And I cut them into these little bitty squares because Frugal Rosa, y'all know me, is I wanted to save space, save money, excuse me, not save space, save money. So I cut them in these little bitty tiny little squares. And then I just squeeze out the excess. And this is good for a quickie pickup job. Like when I wipe down the entire counter, especially when I get ready to process any kind of food or anything, I would get one of these little small ones, and then I would wipe my entire table, my counters, everything that's going to have food probably spill or slip on it. And I thought this was double layered, but I don't think it is. Now, this one's not double layered. Some of these are double layered, some of them are not. But it's really kind of thick. So this also goes great to when you're cleaning like the top of your stove. Or if you're cleaning in the grooves around your sink, your kitchen sink, you know that little area, that little strippy area behind the kitchen sink that gathers water and extra stuff and powder, like we make Kool-Aid, and so you get your little sprinkles of powder over there. Well, this is a good size for items like that. But what about when you want a bigger towel? Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. All right, I'm still going to keep them in the same container. I actually have another one, but I'm going to use that other container to make a non-toxic wipe. Okay, it's the same thing. It's non-toxic, so you don't use Clorox. And wait for that video. Actually, I'm probably going to put this on the same video as this one, just for comparison's sake. But I'm going to make these a little bit wider, so because I want to know, I want to go ahead and see how much I can get out of here. And I'm just going to measure this 3 ways, see if I can get 3 out of here. That's a good size, and yeah, I can. Okay, so I'm going to cut this out, open it up, see if this is the length that I want. And actually, that's a good size, which is a lot better. See the difference? So it's a huge one, so this is a better cleanup. Okay, so I've got 2 here. And I'm going to just cut this in half. And since I'm not going to be too picky about it, I'm okay. But look at that. That's a nice size area. So here's my whole hand. See that? That's a good size cloth. So you can actually use one of these There's not, what does it say? There's 9 of these. So there's 9 of these. So 9 times 3 is 27. You could actually make 27 items. Okay. And again, yeah, there's a different depth. Let me open this up. Yeah, see, there's your 2. There's your 2. So there's going to be one skinny one, one small one. And you know how you get 3 of these? If you have these and you save these, you make one to say thin, one medium, and one large. And just put it there, small, medium, and large, however you want to do it. And that way you all have the same size, and that's what you're going to do. Okay? So, now what we're going to do is, let me finish cutting the rest of these. I want to do the 3 different sizes, and we're going to take you to the next phase. I'll be back. Okay, we're back. So I went ahead and rolled these already. And I went ahead and cut all of them up to hand size. So this is going to be one size of hand size. And I went ahead and did these already, one size of the really thin ones. That way I have one in the bathroom and one in the kitchen. So what you do is you get each one of these, you get a piece of one. And you lay it on top of that one, and then you roll it. Then you get your other piece, and then you roll it some more until you've done all the pieces that you want to roll. Okay? Excuse me, sorry about that. Now here's the ones that I had from before, my first batch. I'm just going to squeeze the excess out of them. Because those are older, I'm going to go ahead. And you can still smell the Clorox. That means the Clorox solution is still good. Pour that in here. Let's see, which is my beginning. Okay, so it's that one right there. I'm going to pull this one out. You're going to add, let me see, what's my recipe say I'm supposed to do? 2 cups of water. 2 cups of water. Oh, done. I gotta mix it first, and because this is a silicone mold and this is a glass mold. I don't want to put any Clorox in any kind of plastic or silicone. I only use glass when I'm doing Clorox. Anything toxic, I only like to use plastic. Now this is an extra. I don't know how we got this. We got this extra spoon. We have like actually 3 or 4 extra odd size tablespoons, teaspoons. And this one I only use when I'm doing anything with a Clorox, a bleach, any kind of chemical. I only use this spoon. So this is not, I'm not cross-contaminating my regular cooking tablespoons with this. Or if you have a set of metal ones, it's always great to have a set of metal ones for the non-toxic stuff, and a set of the plastic or another set of metal ones for your cooking stuff. And that way you don't cross-contaminate them. It's always good to have at least 2 or 3 different sizes of measuring cups and measuring spoons. So we're going to do 1 tablespoon. Oh, sorry, I asked for 3 tablespoons, not 1. So that's 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to stir that up, add my water, continue to stir until my whole 2 cups is done. Then you're going to pour it into your container full of the paper towels. Paper towels or this little Brillo pads, whichever one you want to use. However you want to use it. You could put the whole entire solution. I tend not to do that for the simple fact is it's all going to soak up. And I don't like it sitting in solution here on the bottom of it. I don't even want it to have a little bit. So I'm going to pour a little bit in there. I don't know if you can see that. I don't think you can. Let me go in here. Let me get it. And you see here, it's starting to soak it all up. It hasn't gone and soaked through all the center parts. Actually, I can feel it. Yes, it has. It's already started to soak up already. So I have enough that with this one solution, I can make 2 of these. Because see that? That's a small roll. And I could have done my other Brillo pad things, but I'm not going to do that because Clorox does have a shelf life. If you don't smell it, typically only lasts 6 to 8 months, maybe a year, as long as you store it in a cool, dark place. Try not to keep it inside your garage if you have windows in your garage door or the walls of the garage, because that lets light in. Clorox needs to sit in a cool, dark place. That's why a lot of it's stored in a dark container. I keep mine under my bathroom sink and my master bathroom, so that way it's always there. And then there's extra, so I'm just going to use this extra to pour in here to soak up these other ones. Okay, and then this is my green lid. Let me see the one that I started with. Where's my starter? Okay, here's my starter. And I'm just going to put it on the little piece so I can pull it out. And there it is. You got rid of all the excess liquid. And then when you pull one out, there we go. It pops right out. And typically it does get the next layer for you. Sometimes you just have to start it, and then it's ready for the next layer. And there you go. You're all set. And what I'm going to do, because I want to use these up first, is because they're just the loose ones, I'm going to put this on top. And so until I get rid of all of these, I'm just going to open it up and take one out, because for me, that's all I need to do. But you do what's best for you. If you want the continuous roll, make sure you roll them out evenly so it has an even spacing, so they do pull itself out each time as you take one out. And look, the excess that I got was more than enough, that it already had saturated this small batch. I don't have any extra liquid. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that. Can you hear it? There's no extra liquid in there. But it did soak it all up. Well, you can't really see it, but I can feel it. So it soaked it all up. Now I'm just going to close this one. Okay. So now this one, and in fact, let me get my little Sharpie. And with the Clorox, it smells, but then it eventually goes away. And I do label this homemade reusable disinfecting wipes, because that's exactly what they are. And I'm going to put small, thin size is this one. That way when I make this batch again, I already have it. I already know what I'm low on. So I'll know when I need to make some more. And we're going to say this one, hand size wipes. And then I draw my little arrow so hubby and I both know. We're both going to know because it's the two of us. But if we were to have company or somebody came over, because I like to keep this on my kitchen counter next to my paper towels. That way I always have a disinfect, because you just never know when you need to disinfect something. And there. But here's another tip that I want to bring to you. This extra liquid, don't waste it. If you have some little wipies, and we're in Texas, so it gets hot here a lot, especially during the summer. When you have these wipes, and these are just regular hand wipes, is all they are. They're just plain old hand wipes. I work at State Farm, so we get these through we buy these through our vendors, and we get to give these as a gift to a customer. But I bought some of these because my boss let me buy some myself, and I like to keep these in the car, because you just never know when you're in the car, you're going to need a hand wipe, okay? Or you're going to need to disinfect. Like, sadly, I was taking a friend to her doctor's appointment, and she got sick in the car, and she messed up the car. Luckily, we got most of it out, but it's still, she got sick. So for sanitation reasons, I like to have these in the car, so I was able to wipe down. Luckily, she just got it all in the floor mat, so we were lucky on that aspect of it. It was a lot, but it was enough to make a mess, and it stunk. So I like to keep these in my car just so I have some that are disinfected, because it's got the reclosable tap. I don't need to do anything. I just keep it in the little console of my car, the glove box, where you want to do. So what you want to do is, because these have dried out, there's nothing wrong with them, they're just dried out. You're going to pour the extra solution into your container until it gets saturated. And if you're holding it, you can feel the weight of the water solution. Whoops, making a big mess. And it's going to soak it all up. And you give it a few minutes. I'm going to just wipe off the excess water here. Wipe down my table. And because this is Clorox, my kitchen table here, it's gonna, it'll just disintegrate. No, not disintegrate. Dissipate. Dissipate. That's the word. It's gonna dissolve. It's gonna go away. You're still gonna smell the Clorox smell for a while, okay? But I'm just moving it up and down because I want all the layers of the wipes to get wet. So, and then I'm squeezing it just to see if I have any excess water anywhere, which I don't. And let me just take one out, and then look, I'm going to show you. It's pretty well saturated. So now, when it smells good, you can smell the Clorox. But I have now a fresh bag of wipes. And of course I will label this Clorox, but I want to wait till this paper dries because this is plastic. So the water doesn't go in there. And I'm just going to put this right back. Now I can just drop this in each one of our cars. Or put it in your, I would make sure that you don't have excess water in here because when you squeeze it, the water's going to come out and it's going to get everything in your purse. But it's good to put in a purse, put in a diaper bag, put in a toolbox because you never know when you're out working and stuff. Put them anywhere you want. It's up to you. Okay, there's no water leaking anywhere on here. I'm holding it up so the excess moisture. And then with time, yes, this is going to dry up. It's just human nature. That's just the way it is. But that's okay. Because don't waste your container, the little packaging, and don't waste the paper, the wipes that actually came with this. Because these are the ones that came with this package. So I didn't buy anything extra. All I'm doing is re-wetting the product so I continue to use it. Now, I also have this, and this was just, I had bought these, and they were in a package of 3, but this is a size I know I will never use. So what I did is I just went ahead and got those same Brillo pads, stuck it in the car, it stayed in the car, but then they're all dried out. Okay, well now I'm going to re-moisten them the exact same way. I'm just going to add a little bit. And be careful because they're filled to the top. But these are really great to have because this is a disinfecting, okay? These are great to have inside your car, like at the center console, somewhere quick and fast, because when you are going to a drive-through or like at the car wash, drive-through at the food, fast food, or you're picking up your food, you're picking up your groceries, and you just never know. Things happen. You may have to get out, move some things around in the trunk so all the groceries can get in. I've done that many times because I do the drive and pick up grocery order and stuff. You want to be able to disinfect because you don't know. You really don't know. Even though they're wearing gloves, most of them do not. The food people do, but not everybody else doesn't. They wear their mask, which is fine and great. It's sanitary, but you don't know what all they have on their hand. And what if they have a little cold or a sinus infection or something, and they just blew their nose or they wiped their eyes because they had an itch in their eye? They took off. They don't wear gloves or don't wear them or have them, but they take them off because you have to take off your gloves so you can feel good where you're wiping your nose or wiping your eyes. That's still contamination. So what you're doing is you're cleaning your cross contamination. And look at that, all that, a little bit of liquid, and it's kind of soaked through. Some of it right down here. I'm just going to pour a very little bit. Let me just bring this up because I don't know if you can see that. My little tripod thing doesn't let me go any further, and either I go real way and it shows up to this wall, but I can't get it to focus down here. So all we're doing is I'm just pouring a little bit of this water. I'm not going to do a whole lot on the bottom. close this back down. I was just fixing that to a lace flap. And then put it in here. And then you're putting some pressure on here because you want all the liquid to get soaked up in all of these pieces of cloth. Okay? Now, you'll see this part right here. It gets a little dirty. That's just old dirt because that's moisture that dried up. There's nothing wrong with it. You're good to go. You're fine. And I'm just going to add a little bit of moisture right here in the corners. I'm just going to do very little. But the whole thing is pretty well set. And then I'm going to show you. Look, there's no moisture coming out of here because all of the cloths saturated it. It all soaked up. And with time, every little bit of it's going to soak up. So no, this is not an ideal airtight like a Tupperware item or like a Rubbermaid one. But you know what? In a pinch, if this is all you have is something like this, you know what? Frugal Rosa, use what you have. Don't worry about it. Because look how inexpensive. And you know, technically, you can actually get away with this because this is with the extra stuff that I have left. What am I going to do with it? I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to put this down in my toilet and I'm going to scrub it. And that's going to be an extra cleaning method for my toilet because I'm not going to waste this. There's just nothing wrong with it. No water here. No water in the spoon. So I was able to make a hand size of wipes and a small size of wipes for my house. One's for my kitchen, one's for my bathroom. Then I've got 2 containers here, one for each vehicle of disinfecting wipes. We have the disinfecting spray, but you know what? It doesn't hurt to have the disinfecting wipes. You know, have that and close up my Clorox bottle. All made from scratch. Let me get back because I want to make sure that I'm in frame here. So all this was made with 2 cups of water, 3 tablespoons of Clorox, and you just made 4 items that's going to help stretch your budget to use for yourself. Now, to get to the recipe for the non-toxic hand wipes, which is, you're doing basically the same step, but instead of using Clorox, you're going to use the, let me see, I'm reading my notes. What is it? Where's my notes? We're going to use 1/3 cup of water and 1/3 cup of hydrogen peroxide. So it's equal measurement amounts of hydrogen peroxide with water. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't have anything else I need to do, and I'm not going to worry about making right now the non-toxic one, but I wanted to bring that to your attention. And I will put that in the title that says Clorox wipes and non-toxic wipes. But I'm not going to go through the whole thing because basically it's the exact same thing. You get your paper towels or use your Brillo reusable wipes. And do the same thing, cut them up to size you want, roll them up, put them in whatever container, or if you don't have a container, get a, I see little water dribbles, I'm wiping it all up. Get like a square plastic container with something that has a lid to it. Put your lids in there. You could even use like the, the biodegradable wipes, like the hand wipes. The baby wipes. There's all kinds out there, and even though they're already moist and everything else, but because you added the 1/3 of hydrogen peroxide with the 1/3 cup of water, you mix it all up, and then you pour it just like we did on this one. Slowly pour it inside there. It's going to saturate all that, okay? And it's going to soak it all up, and then that's going to make these a disinfectant, non-toxic hand cleaner. And what's nice about it is when you're looking at the, you could do the baby wipes, you could do like the Cottonelle, where it's found with your toilet paper wipes, any of those. You do what's best for you. You do your own research, and you do what works for you. Because, like, if you're traveling, or you have a large family, you may want one of these in each one of your purses, or in a bag, or in a suitcase, just so you have them. Because, especially if you're traveling, if you're at the airport or in a bus station, you definitely want some of these, because as soon as you get into the bus, you get into your seat, you buckle up, because most everywhere you do, you got to buckle up. First thing that you want to do is get out a wipe or get some spray hand sanitizer, wipe your hands, wipe whatever it is that you're touching, like the seat belt and the metal of the belt and the little cloth part, because that I don't know, there's never been proven, and I'm not going to go into all this, but you never know when there's going to be some kind of infection because somebody coughed or somebody spit or anything could have happened on the cloth part. And I know the airlines do sanitize and then they spray and they do all this stuff, but it doesn't hurt for you to be extra cautious. And then just basically wipe everything down. It's just like when you go to the grocery store. If you do go to the grocery store, a lot of them, not everybody does, but a lot of them do have the little stand that has the hand sanitizing wipes for you to wipe down the grocery cart. So you wipe it all down. Well, that way if it's empty or it's all dried up, because I've been to many of them where they've been all dried up. It's full, but they're all dried up and stuff. Because you know what? It's like everybody else. People forget. People get busy, and they were supposed to fill it, but they didn't. And I'm not going to worry about it, because I'm doing this for my safety's sake and my family's safety's sake, which is why I'm spending all this time doing this. And it really isn't that much time, because if you look at the video, it really didn't take me that long to do all of this. So anyway, thank you so very much for watching. We catch you in the next video. Don't forget to hit like, comment, and share. Bye-bye.